Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is a Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, we've got a few events that are dropping. I'll talk you through them. One of them is a guaranteed Void Legendary Champion event. So some of you are going to be interested in this. Some of you, just quite frankly, will not. But there are a couple of other bits. Maybe I'll do the other bits first, actually, because this is relevant to everyone. So from tomorrow, there's going to be a 3 times chance to get speed gear from Dragon. This is great if you're like a early to mid-game type of player and you're really looking to boost your speed gear. Honestly, with a 3 times chance to drop, it's kind of good for anyone. Like, I will be farming Dragon over the next day. I think it's 2 days they last for. Normally it's 2 days. Doesn't actually tell me here, but yeah, definitely worth getting yourself into Dragon tomorrow. And then we have got, after that on Friday, a event to drop Ogrin Tribes accessories from Spider if you want that. Maybe if you picked up the new fusion. So yeah, but let's get into who the guaranteed is then and for what cost. Yeah, so how many void shards have I got here? I've got 51 void shards. And this bad boy is going to cost a whopping 100. I've kind of toyed around, honestly, with how many void shards you need for guaranteed. Anywhere from, I believe, 70 up to 110. So we've got a 100. It's someone I do not have, which is Valkynon. This champion came out. He's a really weird champion, honestly, in terms of his kit. It's got very unique, it's the word I would use, a very unique kit. For those who don't know, he's actually like Bad L before he became Bad L. So you can see the similarity of the clothing. If you watch Call of the Arbiter, you'll realize that Valkynon was kind of like, oh, I'm in love. I'm giving my chica flowers. She rejects him for someone far better looking, in all honesty, and he goes rogue and starts annihilating the whole coven or whatever, you know, the whole school, and then eventually gets persuaded to join the dark side and becomes Bad Elf. So that's a bit of his backstory. So in terms of his stuff, then he's got good base attack, good enough speed, not brilliant. Speed in arena. He's mainly an arena style champion, and yeah, 100 void shards for this dude. So we got A1. This attack ignores shield. Kind of useful for arena. Hooks up to 80% chance of increasing the duration of all debuffs on a target. It's actually pretty good for an A1. Also, 100% chance of applying a debuff spread, taking 2 random debuffs from the target and placing them on all enemies that have got Hex. Actually, really good. I didn't realize how good his A1 is. A1's really good. Like, if you think about that for Hydra, think about that for really any content that you've got Hex out there, he's applying a debuff spread. So that's pretty cool. He's got the A2 then, which is hooks to a 3-turn, AoE smack. This attack deals single target damage to each target individually instead of an AoE hit. So although he's attacking everybody, it counts as if it's single target hits. That's really important in areas like Hydra, where they have all of those damage reductions for AoE smacks. There's lots of champions with damage reduction for AoE hits. Sets like Stalwart reduces damage for AoE hits. So actually, this is quite big. Does mean that this will be a bigger smack. But I've got to say, I don't see people using him as their nuker. Let's have a quick look at his damage multipliers here, because I don't know what they are offhand. I don't have the champion. And I don't even know if I've tested this champion, honestly. Like I don't think I got him on a test server or anything like that. So what we got here? A1, 3.6. He's got 3.6 multiplier on his A1. A 4.2 multiplier on his A2. I guess if we put that into perspective, someone who really does smack, like a, maybe we call out a Trunda, versus a 4.2, got a 6 times, and then the A3 is a 3 times, but it hits twice. So it's okay, but it's not like full nuke. Yeah, it's not full nuke. Before attacking, though, he does place Hex, which means that, you know, the AoE kind of remnants of his hits will do extra damage to everyone else. Will ignore 20% enemy resistance, whatever. Damage of this still increases by 10% for each debuff on the enemy. So I guess this is where it starts to become more impactful, but we're still in this world where polymorph's a thing, certainly in the arena. They are telling us that polymorph's going to be nerfed again, which might make this guy more desirable, as well as a ton of champions that currently are undesirable for arena. So interesting skill, but not crazy, I guess. This is probably his best skill. So target, well, not best skill. this is the unique part. Target an ally. If the ally is alive, he kills them and unlocks his 4th skill. Also places Weaken for 2 turns and True Fear on all enemies, which cannot be resisted or blocked. So block debuffs will not stop this happening. Then fills his turn meter by 75%. So there's been a lot of conversation around, is it worth using this guy? Yeah, because it's kind of like, you don't get a full turn meter, so you're not definitely getting your nuke away. You're not definitely getting your secret skill away. And it means you're just sitting there with like a dead friend, right? Now, Sun Wukong is someone actually you don't really mind killing because he'd be popping back up before you even know it. So this is where he becomes a bit more interesting because him alongside Sun Wukong starts to create some pretty interesting potential meta stuff, which is, you know, for anyone who plays Arena seriously, that's what you're looking for. It's like, how can I change up the status quo? And I don't know if it's being used right now. I don't know if many people have got Valkyrie, but definitely more of an interesting combo than what we saw when Valkyrie first came out. It says here, if the ally's dead, heals this champion by 50% instead. If all allies are dead, also unlocks the skill Secret Malice. Puts a shield on him as well. So basically he gets, if he does it on someone who's dead, he gets a big heal and a shield. If everyone's dead, he gets the Malice as well. But if you do it on someone alive, he just puts Weaken and True Fear on everyone else. Cool thing about this, so Weaken, you're going to hit harder. True Fear, there's a good chance they're not going to have their turn and waste abilities, 50-50. So there's a decent chance he gets another turn again before anyone else goes. Decent chance, not definite. Confused me for a second. I was like, the damage is based on enemy max HP. No, it's not. You just kill your friend. So that's not an enemy max HP hit or anything like that. It's just literally you kill your mates. This is on a 5-turn books to a 3-turn cooldown. It's interesting. And then you've got Malice Unleashed, which is attacks an enemy. This is the one that you unlock. Before attacking, steals all buffs from a target. This cannot be resisted. So let's assume you're killing someone like a Duchess, very hard to kill. Taking all of their protective buffs away, cannot be resisted. If the target's a high attack target, then you either use your attack that you've built up or you steal the attack of the target. Yeah. Or if they're a high defense, or if their attack is less than this champion's, just ignore 50% of the defense. And that's going to be the majority of cases is you're trying to kill a tank, right? So basically, any tank should be killable with this skill. Yeah, with the 50% ignore defense, especially if you've got built-in damage as well. And this then becomes a really useful skill because you've got block revive on this ability as well. So you can imagine with Sun Wukong in the mix, you know, putting out lots of damage or being annoying, and then Valkyrie in the mix as well, like basically taking down enemies, you know, as pretty much as soon as he can get this skill back, he's using this again. I don't know. Is it a strat now? I guess anyone who's high in Arena that's kind of seen this, are we seeing this anyways? Is anyone playing this strat? This attack ignores block damage, ignores unkillables. It's taking out all of the annoying people. Shields, ally protection. By the time you've got this going, Stone Skin might have been wearing off anyway, but Stone Skin would be an anti this. But block revive champion's definitely an interesting type of champion for Arena. So I don't know. Is he worth 100 void shards? Well, look, it's not worth going and buying 100 void shards because that would be obscene. But some people save up. It's a guaranteed champion. This is what people prefer from most shard events if they're savers. So it's an interesting one. For me, if I was like, I'm the saver and I never spend on this game, or very rarely spend on this game, he's probably not the guaranteed void champion that I would go for. I think there's a lot better ones which give you just way more versatility, like your Seafees, your net crits. You know, if I wanted a nuke, I'd prefer a Leorius, but he definitely brings something very different to other void legendaries out there and other legendaries out there. So I guess it's your call, but that's tomorrow. Anyway, I've been Hell Hades. I'll see you soon.